So you want to buy your first $10 of Bitcoin, but you have no idea where to start. Maybe you've heard people talk about crypto online. Maybe you've seen Bitcoin in the news. Or maybe you're just curious and want to learn without risking a lot of money. The good news is, you do not need thousands of dollars to start investing in Bitcoin. You can literally begin with $10 today. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the entire process, step by step, in the simplest way possible. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what Bitcoin is, how to buy it safely, where to store it, and the biggest mistakes beginners should avoid. And don't worry, this is not financial advice, and I'm not here to promise you overnight riches. This is purely a beginner guide to help you understand the basics. So, let's get started. First, what actually is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a digital currency that exists online. Unlike regular money, controlled by banks and governments, Bitcoin runs on something called blockchain technology. Now that sounds complicated, but think of it like a giant public digital record book that keeps track of every Bitcoin transaction. Nobody owns Bitcoin. No single company controls it. And there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin created. That limited supply is one reason many people see Bitcoin as digital gold. Now, here's something beginners often misunderstand. You do not need to buy one full Bitcoin. A lot of people think Bitcoin is too expensive because they see the price and assume they need to buy an entire coin. But Bitcoin is divisible into tiny pieces. So even if one Bitcoin costs over $100,000 someday, you can still buy $10 worth. That's exactly what we're doing today. Step 1 is choosing a crypto exchange. A crypto exchange is basically an app or website where you can buy and sell cryptocurrency. Some of the most popular beginner-friendly exchanges include Coinbase, Kraken, Binance, and Crypto.com. Depending on your country, some apps may be easier to use than others. The most important thing is choosing a platform that is well-known, secure, and beginner-friendly. Do not download random crypto apps with no reputation. And always make sure you're using the official website or official app from the App Store, because fake crypto apps are extremely common. Once you choose an exchange, step 2 is creating your account. This part is very similar to signing up for an online banking app. You'll enter your email, create a password, and verify your identity. Most regulated exchanges will ask for ID verification. That's normal. You may need to upload a driver's license, passport, or another form of identification. This process can take a few minutes, or sometimes a few hours, depending on the platform. Now, before you deposit money, there's something extremely important we need to talk about: security. Crypto gives you a lot of freedom, but it also means you are responsible for protecting your account. So, before buying anything, turn on two-factor authentication. This adds an extra layer of security, so hackers can't easily access your account, even if they somehow get your password. Also, never share your passwords, never share recovery phrases, and ignore random people messaging you about crypto investments. If someone promises guaranteed profits, it's probably a scam. Okay, now let's move to step 3, depositing money. Once your account is verified, you can connect a payment method. Most exchanges allow bank transfers, debit cards, or sometimes PayPal. For beginners, depositing $10 is a great way to learn without taking major risks. And honestly, that's the mindset you should have when starting crypto. Think of your first investment as paying for education. You are learning how the system works. Now, after your deposit arrives, step 4 is buying Bitcoin. Inside the app, search for Bitcoin or BTC. BTC is simply the ticker symbol for Bitcoin. Then, choose the amount you want to buy. In this case, $10. You'll usually see a preview screen showing the current Bitcoin price, transaction fees, and how much Bitcoin you're receiving. Double-check everything before confirming. Then, hit buy. And that's it. You officially own Bitcoin. Now, at first, this may feel anticlimactic because you don't receive a physical coin or anything like that. But inside your account, you'll now see your Bitcoin balance. And because Bitcoin prices constantly move up and down, the value of your $10 will also change over time. Sometimes quickly. Now, this brings us to an important question beginners always ask. Should you leave your Bitcoin on the exchange? For very small amounts like $10, most beginners simply leave it there temporarily. But long-term, many crypto investors eventually move their Bitcoin into something called a wallet. A crypto wallet gives you more direct control over your assets. There are two main types: hot wallets, which are connected to the internet, and cold wallets, which are offline devices designed for extra security. For beginners, you don't need to overcomplicate this immediately. The important thing right now is simply understanding the basics safely. Now let's quickly talk about expectations. A lot of people enter crypto hoping to get rich overnight. That mindset usually leads to emotional decisions and losses. Bitcoin can be extremely volatile. Prices can rise fast. But they can also crash hard. That's why smart beginners focus on learning first instead of gambling. One of the safest beginner strategies is something called dollar cost averaging. This simply means investing small amounts consistently over time instead of trying to perfectly time the market. For example, $10 every week or $20 every month. This helps reduce emotional investing. And remember, never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Crypto is still considered a high-risk asset. Now, before we finish, here are 3 beginner mistakes you should avoid. Number 1. Buying crypto because of hype. Just because influencers or social media are talking about a coin does not mean it's a good investment. Number 2. Ignoring security. Most crypto losses happen from scams, phishing, or bad security habits. And number 3. Panic selling. Bitcoin is volatile. Price swings are normal. Successful investors usually think long-term instead of reacting emotionally every single day. So, to quickly recap, choose a trusted crypto exchange. Create and verify your account. Secure your account properly. Deposit $10. Buy Bitcoin. And focus on learning, not gambling. That's it. You've officially taken your first step into crypto investing. And honestly, starting small is one of the smartest things you can do. Because every experienced investor started as a beginner at some point. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe for more beginner-friendly crypto and investing content. And if you have questions, drop them in the comments below.